Ah, one of my favorite establishments.
Funny story.
I will. So I start with the incisors pretty much every time, unless the horse's incisors are really wacko. Well, even then I start with the incisors, but this one here, take a little bit out of the middle, and off of this 4 quadrants as well. So the goal is to make sure that the angle of the incisors goes pointed towards their TMJ, which is just below the eye, and that the incisor table is straight and flat.
That'd be good.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be very good.
When I finish the incisor table, I round off the front edge, just because it's a little bit sharp to the cut. I don't want the horse to ever get in some kind of an accident where he bumps his upper lip or his bottom lip up against the front edge of those teeth and it not be rounded off. After I finish the incisors, I go ahead and start on their molar table. This is called a speculum, and this is what holds the mouth open to where that I can access the molar table.
I bet they did when they were riding her, but I think they quit riding her when she was 3 or 4. Does it look pretty bad or not so bad? Just
Not so bad, just a moderate wave, like,
yeah.
it's pretty sharp,
Yeah.
but moderate wave, and just getting that wave down will make it last for a long time, a whole long time.
Yeah.
And like her cheeks aren't that raw, but her tongue is shredded. Like, come look at her tongue right quick. And that's all just from sharp points, you see that?
That is scar tissue.
Mm-hmm. But that's just from the sharp points as they come across
Oh
there.
yeah, that is pretty sharp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, see how the uppers are pretty concave? Like that 3rd, 4th tooth back?
Yep.
That's just from that wave. Kind of mashing on them. So this horse has a wave complex, and I'll be able to explain that better when I get a different camera that I can put in their mouth. But, so I'll start with the centrifugal burr, and I can take down the majority of what's going on that's bad on the surface of the tooth. So with this next tool, this is my disc float, and with the disc float it also works on the surfaces of the teeth, make sure that I can get the same angle on the entire molar table to where my angles will match at the very end. After I run my 2 surface tools, I'll rinse the horse and close the horse. And the reason I do that is because I like to put myself in the horse's shoes. And I know that when I was in high school, I had braces. And when I had braces, there was nothing worse than having your mouth pried open for long periods of time. So I like to give the horse a break, let him think about it for a second. And I feel like it helps me get along with him better and makes the procedures easier from there on out every time that I do them. And then after the break, I put on a tool that I work on the very sides of the teeth. So I work on the cheek side of the upper teeth and the tongue side of the lower teeth. And What this tool does is it just knocks the burr off of the cheek side of the uppers and the tongue side of the lowers, ensuring that the horse's tongue can sit flat in the mouth with no ridges touching the tongue, and that the cheeks, as the horse is chewing, that the cheeks have no burrs to hit on, so the horse is completely comfortable. After I finish with the buckle burr, I feel to make sure that I've gotten all the burrs, and then I'll rinse one more time. So the last tool that I'll use while the speculum is on is this one here. We call it the apple core, and what the apple core does is I've worked with 2 surface tools, so surface of the tooth with 2 different tools. I've worked on the sides of the teeth with 1 tool, the buckle burr, and now with the apple core I'm going to go in and it just works on the edge. So this is where you're able to round your edges to make sure that the horse is completely comfortable. Both sides, really. So after I've finished rounding all the edges, I'm gonna give her a rinse, and then I'll pull the speculum. And after I pull the speculum is the most important part of the procedure, because you can think that you're a sniper with the speculum on, but when you pull the speculum off, the horse's teeth, the bite might not be lining up. And the whole point of this job, the whole point of equine dentistry is to ensure even pressure throughout the mouth. And if you don't check after you unspec the horse, you just as well to not do the horse from the get-go. So, and I'm talking about checking with your eyes, because I have heard of people before that will grab a horse and check him like this. Oh, it sounds great. That is false. You have to check with the eyes and make sure that the even pressure is distributed throughout the mouth. Otherwise, you'll cause more problems. You'll do more harm than good for the horse. It's going to be really good. It's just all that clicking. It's just little pieces that need buzzed off. This side needs a little work. So, when I'm checking fit, what you're looking for is even pressure throughout the mouth, and you can just see with little jumps if a tooth is hitting harder than the rest of them. So when I go in without a speculum, it allows me to buzz a little bit, do a little work, then come back and check my work, because I don't want to just go in there and mow anything down. I want to buzz a little bit here and there, check again. If I need to come back and do more work, I can always do more work. But that's the goal of equine dentistry, is to make the horse better or best with as little work as possible. You want to do minimally invasive dentistry. So after I've made sure that we've got even distribution and pressure on each tooth, then we call it a day. And this one is ready to rock and roll. And I want to thank Lazy KT Performance Horses for having me out. I know, but
Or is it 360 and it's getting you on that side?
no, it's not, but I'll come over there. Okay, this is Lazy KT Performance Horses, Katie Hawk. Hawk. Been saying it wrong all along.
4 years in the making.
4 years? Is that how long I've been coming here? Mm-hmm. Okay, so Katie, tell the people your first experience with a horse dentist.
First horse dentist I've used was you.
Okay, but what about first time you got horse's teeth done?
Oh, I mean, didn't really stand out, but it's with these vet clinics.
But
you know what I mean? Or
how did you first hear about doing horse's teeth?
just from having horses and knowing that they need the maintenance.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and so how has getting your horses done annually, or at least checked annually, helped your herd?
Hugely helps with the starting the 2-year-olds and having them be good and fit and healthy and just take the bit good. And then also I like you kind of mentioned it on that bay mare, I think it helps the longevity of the brood mares as well. Helps them raise a good fat colt, weaning fat colt have a longer brood mare career.
Yeah.
Which isn't money like that, just financially speaking, it's a good investment, you know, to keep them better. You can tell, I think you can tell the difference in a brood mare that spent her life getting maintained that versus one that hasn't, you know, that's been
by weight and the way
just how long they last. Like in this pen of brood mares, there's some that were show horses their whole life, and so you can tell, you know, they keep up on it, and then there's stuff that was just kind of brood mares their whole life, and you can tell, and I think that's part of it.
Katie is as good of a person to ask about horse maintenance as anybody. Obviously, you can tell by the facility that they don't run a second-class operation. It's a first-class operation here. So I'm glad to be here, and I want to say thank you to Katie and Lazy KT Performance Horses for having me out every year, and hopefully I continue to be able to come out here.
Every year
till
you retire.
Oh yeah.